All right, what's up, guys? We're back with another one here today. Now, I've been getting this question a lot, actually, since, of course, Blazblue has been out for, 2 weeks now with the rollback patch. A lot of new people picking up, which is great, but a lot of people are going through a character crisis right now, and a very common question is, Jiyuna, I play this character in Guilty Gear. Who should I play in Blazblue? There's never, like, a one-to-one direct comparison between characters, and honestly, I feel like you should play who you want to play. You know, you shouldn't stick to one style in each game you play, but if that's what you want to do, that's what we'll talk about today. Today, I'm going to tell you who to pick in Blazblue based on your Guilty Gear Strive main. Even if I don't agree with it, I'll tell you the one that's closest. But like always, if it's interesting to you, hit that subscribe button and let's go. Right? So as you see, this is the Blazblue character select screen. Very wide cast, right? Or very wide variety of characters here. A lot of different playstyles. So I know it's hard to pick. So let's just go from the top left here. Jacko? I gotta start with Jacko? That's like the hardest character. Alright, so here we go. We decided if you play Jacko, a good pick for you would be here, Mew 12 right here. So her gimmick here is she puts out bits. You can kind of compare them to servants a little bit, as in your goal is you want to fill up the screen with these as you can, and then you can activate abilities too, like this homing laser that does, gets character. She also has long normals, like Jacko right here, and she's weak up close, although in this game she's got a DP. So if you're looking who to pick, play Jacko, give this character a try. She's, I would say, she's not too hard, too. She's a decent beginner character, Decent beginner character. Fun to play. All right, who's next? Nagoriyuki. Now, this is, of course, I said there's no direct comparison, but we played Nagoriyuki. We decided probably Susanoo is a good pick for you. He's not the most mobile character in the game, so he does have problems getting zoned out, but once he's in your face, he is one of the scariest characters in the game. And if you're interested in, like, the blood meter, if you like the blood meter, the blood mechanic Nagoriyuki has, this character also has his own kind of special meter. You see down on the bottom left, those lock symbols. It's not the same, but you unlock special moves, right? So as you hit them, you see how the cursor moves up? Those are all special moves. And when you get to the move you want, if you use his drive, you unlock it and then you get stronger. So for example, he's got a DP, which you unlock kind of later on right there. So it's kind of like the reverse Nagoriyuki, right? Instead of like Nagoriyuki being sealed by using more moves, this is the opposite, right? Susanoo starts out weaker and he gets stronger by unlocking more. But it's the same concept of like, struggles to get in, but very, very scary character. And he's got stupid buttons. Stupid buttons, just like Nago. So give him a try. Alright, so next up is Millia. Now this is a hard one. Millia is a very, very fast mobile character, but she's also known for Okizeme. So we couldn't find a good one, but I think we're going to go with Izanami here. So Izanami, as I'm sure you're aware, is probably the strongest character in the game. Very unique. I'm not going to talk everything about her, but the one thing, she's mobile too, as you see, but she is probably the strongest Oki-based character in the game, or one of them at least. With the same idea as Millia, she has the kind of set it and forget it. You know how Millia puts the wheel down and then can just mix you up and you have to hold that. So I forgot her combo, but basically, her combo is going to bring you to the corner and she's going to set up this damn bomb. You're going to hold that and then she's going to mix you up, right? It's the same kind of idea right here. What makes it really scary, though, is she can do it while she has hyper armor, super armor, so you can't even DP out of it, right? You just literally have to hold her mix up, and it can be very, very scary. She's a hard-to-play character, so don't pick her up unless you're willing to put in some time. But I feel like if you're a Millia player, you're a lab monster, and you're willing to put in the work. But please don't pick this character. I don't want to fight her. Please don't do it. All right, next up. All right, so next up is Chipp. The ninja, very, very aggressive character, low health and everything. For this game, I think maybe Taokaka is a good pick. So she's the fastest character in the game. She's like the rush down in your face, right? She's very, very tricky. She can fly around the screen too. As you see, that's her gimmick. Think of like an alpha blade in all sorts of directions, but she can also just, right? So she can just choose to go behind you or attack too. So very, very fast, very, very up close character. Doesn't suffer like Chipp does in dying in one hit, but the downside is she doesn't do that much damage either. She's a little bit less scary, a little bit more mobility instead of just running on the ground, but I think it's a good pick. All right, so next one, I'm going to do two and one right here. So Soul and Kai, no surprises here. I'm not trying to be fancy or anything, but yeah, if you play Soul or Kai and you're just looking for like the closest character, of course, go for the two protagonists in this game. Look, they even have the colors. They even have Soul and Kai colors, but yeah. So Ragna, of course, kind of like Soul, where he's got some decent tools, but he wants to get in your face. He wants to rush you down. He's got a strong DP, just like Soul and all that stuff. He's pretty simple, flexible, good all-arounder, right? He's a good character. Pick him up. On the other hand, we have Jin here. So similar to Kai, also good, well-rounded character like Ragna. or Soul Man. My wire's all crossed up. But he's a little bit more like space control mid-range. And he's got a fireball too, like the stun edge, DP, all that good stuff here. So yeah, no surprises. If you play those guys, you're vanilla. You're a boring guy who uses regular characters. So just pick the boring character in this game, and you're in there. All right, so next up is Mei. So again, we're talking about Strive Mei, who's just rush down in your face gorilla. The Totsugeki memes. She's also very easy to play and strong. I think in this game, that's Mai. Mai, arguably one of the easiest characters in the game. And she's very, very aggressive, right? There you go. There's your Totsugeki right here. You got it. You got it. Just like you Mei players, you don't want to play neutral anymore. You're in there, Totsugeki cornered. Mash one button, you got your combos here. She got other tools too, She's got some stuff that Mei doesn't have. But again, if you like that style of terrifying, rush down, in your face memes with a Hail Mary super, go with Mai. I think it's a good pick. And also, I feel like if you don't have any desire, you don't know who to pick at all, just go with Mai. She's a great beginner character. All right, so next up is Zato. So originally I said you should probably pick Carl, because Carl, this is like old Zato where you have to control 2 characters at once. Negative edge stuff, very, very hard. But Strive Zato is a bit easier, so probably better to play Relius. So Relius is kind of like an easier version of Carl, where he still does have the doll, right? You have to summon it, unsummon it. And instead of controlling the whole time, you input special moves. The doll will move on its own. Similar to, little Eddie doing leap and stuff like that. You also have this move. Here, if you know what to do, just pick this character, do this move, and then you're in there. Block, combo, 50 meter, just throw it out, baby. You're in there. But yeah, definitely try Relius. He's cool too, man. He's cool. All right, so next up is Ino. This one is easy. I didn't even have to think about this. But of course, Izayoi, right? Look, you have the Izayoi dash. Ino stole this from Izayoi. Cool thing about this character, though, I have a guide up on the channel. Check it out. But she's got 2 modes, right? A bit different. The standard mode, you build up your stocks. And then when you go in this mode, you can just burn your stocks, do a lot of damage. It's really, really tricky right here. But yeah, if you like that kind of mobility, that kind of mix-up, the projectile zoning, this is a very, very direct comparison, I think. So yeah, Izayoi. Next up, Happy Cast. Are you kidding me? Happy Cast is not even a fighting game character. I don't know what kind of character that guy is. So, you know what? Just pick Noel. If you like guns, this is the girl with guns. Pick Noel. I don't know. If you're asking me which character plays with Happy Chaos, none of them. In any fighting game. That guy is a weirdo, man. But yeah, pick Noel. I don't care. Next. Alright, so next up is Anji. This is a hard one. This is actually quite tricky to pick up. Anji's got a lot going on in Strive. Like a lot of different play styles. But I went with Bang here. So Bang, very mobile character, is a ninja in this game, which Anji, of course, is not. But Anji's spin, the spin, which is quite a big deal in Strive. Bang has these. His drive is a guard point. See how he's shining right there? Right there. So if you attack while that's going, he hits the guard point and will follow you up. He'll get some seals and stuff like that. He's got some goofy Oki, right? So he can set up some Oki stuff. But yeah, like I said, it's a hard pick. It's a hard pick compared to Anji. But it's the same idea where, he wants to kind of get in from this range right here and then get started. You know how on Anji, Anji's Ko is really good to punish people who jump? Bang can do that too. Look, if you jump... He also has a full screen homing command grab super that hits from behind. And it's unavoidable if you jump and you don't have the resources to get rid of it. So just like Anji, it's perfect. All right, so next up is Leo. For this game, nothing is direct, but probably Kagura. So Kagura has the same Leo charge fireball. He also has a flash kick like Leo. Very, very good too. Safe if blocked in the air, right? Just like Leo, right? So if they jump in, if you do this one and they block it, it's safe, right? You can't be punished right there. It's a bit harder for him to get in. He's not as mobile as Leo, but it's the same idea of once he gets in on top of you, he's very, very scary. He's got stances. So again, he's got, left, right mix-ups up here. And also like Leo, even though I can't show you, very, very high damaging character. If he lands like some of his big meaty buttons like this, overhead here. So like his overhead, again, all these a lot of damage. Very, very, very scary character that you want to keep out. So yeah, I think it's a good pick. I think this is like a good Leo function. All right, so Faust, of course, we got to go, item toss character. We're going with the item toss girl in this one. So Platinum, down on the bottom left, you see, shoot it, summon. So she has different items here. Just like Faust, they're random. You also, what you can do, right, you can throw them away if you don't want them, right? If you don't want to use it, you get a bad item, you toss it away till you get the one you like. Then if you have one you like, you can also, how do you do it? Right, so I just powdered my hammer. Now look, the powder, Full screen. Look at that. Boom. That's unblockable, by the way. So yeah, you have to be able, like, on the fly to recognize the items you have. Change them for the matchups, too, because the items are all very, very different and very, very useful. But you have to know what to use in what situation. So if you like that kind of gameplay of adjusting on the fly, you know, freestyling, like, she's a good character for that. She's a bit more aggressive than Faust, though, right? She's more like, you want to kind of rush down a little bit instead of poking. I'd say Axel, you know, that is the zoning character of Strive. So again, I'll go with the original zoner of this game. New V13, whatever you want to call her. But as you see, she shoots swords. Instead of chains, she got swords. Look at his range right here. So it's the same idea, right? Very, very annoying character. Very, very strong from full range or full screen. The opponent has to run at you. You have to keep him out. That's the game plan. But yeah, not really much to say, right? This is the zoning function right now. She got some cool gimmicks, right? She has like a, you see that? It's held. When I let go, it'll release like that. Right, she can put down a force field, which is gravity, slows down the opponent trying to run in. So she's got some cool stuff. No time stop, though. She's not like that. She's not that cool. But yeah, pick V13 if you want to play a zoner. All right, next up is Potemkin. Do I even need to talk about this? Do I even need to... His gimmick, if you don't know, is magnetism, right? So he's very, very slow. He doesn't have Mega Fist like Potemkin, but he can magnetize you to bring you in, right? So it's a really cool thing. See? His grab right there. See, like, the vacuum. And instead of landing heavenly, I know you guys love YOLO heavenlies. You can do YOLO 720s like this. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And if you're really good, look it up. Look up his timer scam. I can't do it, but look up his timer scam. It's really, really funny. And if you're a grappler player, you probably like that kind of stuff. So obviously pick him if you're the grappler. All right, so next up is Ram. So Ram, of course, is my main character in Strive. So who better than my main character in Blazblue? So I think Ram, this decent comparison is... So they both have the big sword, first of all. But it's the same idea of, you know, very, very strong buttons in mid-range. And then once you get to the corner, once you land the hit and bring them to the corner, then she becomes very, very scary. With, right? Instead of exploding swords, she is exploding seals right there. So it's the same idea, right? You bring them to the corner, you set it up, you destroy them. And in this game, there's no wall breaks. So once you get them to the corner with this character, you keep them there and you win. It's great. It's wonderful. She got good projectiles and stuff, but I don't need to talk about it. If you like this character, I made a guide on this channel. Go check it out. It's a good video. Teach you how to play her in just a couple of minutes. But yeah, if you like Ram, pick S. All right, so next up, we got Giovanna. Giovanna, again, she's a rush down, you know, in-your-face character. There's a couple of characters that could fit that mold in this one. I just picked Makoto. Instead of, like, Giovanna's slow dash, or not, her step dash, she got to run. But the same idea, right? She kind of struggles from this range or something, unless you want to punch your way in. But once you're up close, a very, very scary character. Giovanna is what a lot of tick grabs. Makoto is this. She cracks your dome open right here, right? So this is a overhead. That's our main tool. Leads to full combo, even though I can't do it. But it's the same idea right here. She got some other tricky stuff, too. Right? She got a fireball. She can use to set up Oki and things like that. She has a DP, which Giovanna doesn't have. But again, you know, easy, well-rounded character with a bit more of like a in-your-face playstyle. So yeah, give Makoto a try. All right, so last up is Goldlewis. Now, Goldlewis is a huge 500-pound American. He's probably an 800-pound American. In this game, who am I going to recommend to you? This little Japanese man, Amane. So this is a hard pick. You know, Goldlewis is a very, very unique character. You know, very slow and very chunky with Behemoth Typhoon. The similarity that they share together is that Amane, if you don't know, is a character, you know, kind of like a slow zoning character. But the gimmick he has is chip damage. So that little bar down on the drill meter, you know, he summons these drills out, and on block, they do a ton of chip damage. So let me just show you. So let's see. If I do a super... This is blocked, by the way. That was... You see that damage? Look at this drill. Ready? You see that? Did you see that? That kind of chip right there. So that's Amane's gimmick, is like, builds up the drill meter, gets you to block, just murders you through chip damage. So in this game, of course, you can use barrier to avoid it, but then he'll drill through your barrier and then your life and just destroy you if he can get started. So it's kind of a fun gimmick like that, where you can set up almost checkmate situations if the situation is right. So give him a try if you like him like that. So yeah, there you go. As I mentioned before, there's no direct one-to-one comparison. So some of these were better than others. You know, some of these made sense. Some other ones we just couldn't figure out a good pick. So we gave you one that we thought was pretty good. But Blaze was a really cool game. A lot of really fun, really interesting characters. We could even cover the full cast, right? There's a lot of cool characters that we didn't mention. Hakumen, maybe when Biking gets added, we can see Hakumen right there. You know, 9 is super cool. Just Hazama is amazing, right? There's so many cool characters, so give them a try. Like I said, if this video is only if you're really, really stuck and you're trying to find someone that matches your Strive playstyle. But as I said at the start, pick who you want to play. You know, there's a lot of really cool characters. Don't be afraid to try something new, especially if this is like a new game you're trying. Yeah, there you go. Hopefully it helped. What I'm most interested in, though, is what did I get wrong? You know, we did this on the fly. I'm sure I missed some obvious comparisons. So if there's any, like, characters that were better suited for them, write it up in the comments. Let me know. I want to see. This is pretty fun, huh? We should do Tekken next. We'll do Melty Blood. This is a new series, man. Who to play in Blazblue if you're from this game. I don't know. But like always, you're still watching. Thank you. Leave a comment on the good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.